Darlings, hello, and welcome to Life Simplified with Andy, and I'm Anna Nikita. Taking some time off for success is a sound advice. I have had a conversation with a very successful businessman several years ago, and he said that when he's flustered, when he feels pressure from people with timelines, payments due, he just stops everything and he goes golfing or fishing. And you would say, this is ridiculous. In the middle of stressful times, guy just takes off. That's exactly what he does, because he believes that if you're flustered, you're going to make a huge mistake. You may lose your money, you may lose business, you may lose friendships. So you can't argue with success. He's doing really well, and I actually tend to agree with that. I have a personal story. 2 weeks ago, I wasn't sleeping well, I was stressed out, I was anxious about my mother-in-law coming to town, and the footage that I've been shooting for 2 days came out without a sound. And that's when I said, honey, you have to have a tune-up, you have to listen to your own advice. And you know, sometimes when you're a dentist, you need a dentist. When you inspire people like me, you need somebody else to give you advice. So where do I go? Where do smart people reside? I go to the library, and I wanted to set an intention about having the best possible visit with my mother-in-law, whom I have a relationship with for nearly 30 years, and it's been complicated because we're both very strong women. We have huge respect for each other, but of course nobody is going to be ever good enough for her son, and I think I've been trying a little bit too hard. So I wanted to know, what can I do to make this visit just perfect? And so I found this book. I highly recommend. I'll put a link below. Her name is Talaine Medina. I hope I did not butcher her name. And she recommends forgiveness. Forgiveness before anything happens. And that is really interesting advice, because first off, you're not festering inside. Second of all, you are more cool. You're more collected. And with that intention, I actually went through the whole visit not paying attention to little things, and that was amazing. And another book by Coach Mike, he actually goes more in depth about relationship with family members. And look, you guys, these people coach Fortune 500 businessmen, they coach celebrities, and these people pay them a lot of money for their advice. This advice you can get for free. So I highly recommend to use these resources. Go to the library or buy these books on Amazon. So you can agree or disagree with the advice, but this will give you an idea. This will give you an intention. It really helped me with this 2-week visit with this very complicated woman. And guess what? It was really flawless. I told myself that all these years that I've been trying to keep harmony, that now she is lucky to have me in her life. And with that strength, believe it or not, we were more equal. We had a really wonderful time. At the end, we went to Metropolitan Museum of Art, and first time ever she walked into the store and bought me a pair of earrings just because, and I saw that as major breakthrough in our relationship. So that went well. And another thing that was bothering me, that a lot of times when we have clutter that we don't even know about, we have to get rid of it. It can be clutter within your head, with your relationship. It can be physical clutter. I was aggravated going through my garage. So I took a day, feng shuied the heck out of it, put happy pictures on the walls. So now when I go from my car into the house, I see happy pictures, and I walk in smiling. And trust me, it's a big difference if you're coming home aggravated or if you're coming home happy. So pay attention to those little tiny things that can aggravate you or ruin your mood, because you don't know that who's greeting you at the door. You know, you may have that interesting impression on that person really, really quickly. So taking time setting intention. And don't confuse that with vacation, spending time with kids because you feel guilty that you haven't spent time. You can actually take this tune-up time to spend time with yourself. Don't feel guilty to take a nap, to take a bath, to lay on the grass. Just be still and listen to what's going on with you. Am I on the same path? Am I on the right path for my business? How am I doing with friends? Okay, so another great advice for tuning up with friendships. We can't possibly know everything, but I recommend watching Toy Story 1, 2, 3, and 4, which just came out and I just saw it. Disney and Pixar spend a lot of money on psychological research like no other movies, and they study characters, they study people, and trust me, if you see those movies, you will definitely find a solution to one or two problems that you might have with your family member or with your friends. It will answer a lot of questions. So again, listen to those little things that are available to us. Again, just taking resources, taking time, and don't spend that precious time that you have off. Because if you don't have time to take a few days off, take a weekend, but don't do busy work. Set an intention to figure out what is it that needs tuning up. How about your business? Do you still understand what you're doing, or you got detoured a long time ago? Are you still going to that direction that you set yourself for? And so taking that time, I think, is really, really important. Another movie that I can highly recommend if you're in business or if you want to be in business is The Founder. That is a story of brothers McDonald who started the fast food restaurant. It took them 30 years to come up with this overnight success, but that's just the beginning of the movie. The movie is about an opportunity. It's about seeing an opportunity. And one more time, I want to tell you that there's motion in stillness. You will never see an opportunity if you are flustered. You will never see an opportunity if you're stressed out, if you're feeling guilty about, if you're running somewhere, if you're constantly on social media. So take this time of tune-up to look around and maybe see that opportunity. There's motion in stillness. Kissy, kissy, bye.